Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm starting my day here, and I'm on my way. I wanted to make a quick video. I don't think I made a video yesterday. Maybe I made an attempt, but didn't upload or deleted it or something, whatever. I'm trying to make them as much as I possibly can. So I got this email today about a girl who was mobbed out of her job at a state university. It's happening everywhere. I mean, it's gotten out of control. And so, my advice to people who are being mobbed out of work, because usually after you're mobbed out of work, then gang stalking ensues, because, people can't let it go. They just hold on to it. They want this war to continue to go on. And so the best thing for a person to do, I think, in situations like that is to talk about it. Get it out there and start talking about gang stalking. Don't be afraid to talk about where it happened or anything, because what you're doing is you're actually helping another person avoid the same fate. I had originally wanted to start a web page. Someone else is also doing something similar, so I might join forces with that person. Not exactly sure the process of how long it's going to take or whatever. I don't have web building skills, but however, I do plan on doing something similar for this reason. Okay, and the reason why is because, gang stalking is starting to get a lot of attention in the public. And it should be a household name, really, is what it should be, or term, I should say, that people become familiar with. And and I do have ideas on how to protect people from further harm or having any harm at all. But once, and it's catching on. People are starting to become aware that it's, a common practice. And, so that, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing. So once people get an idea as to who is practicing it, they will most likely run into problems, because a lot of people have, high standards. Some people don't like going to certain companies or whatever, or won't buy from certain companies who do testing on animals or whatever. When people start to understand the severity of this issue, hopefully they'll say, well, you know what, I don't want to support companies that do this either. And also, they themselves won't want to end up on some weird harassment list, because chances are, if a company seems lenient towards employees who do this practice, then that shows that they're participating in it, and that it's a company that you want to avoid, because you're going to fall into the same fate. So, for example, like companies that have multiple locations, like let's just say, for example, there's an employment agency that's located here in California. There's one in Arizona. There's one in Hawaii. There's whatever, and you experience, gang stalking from a particular agency or whatever, then you can report that right now. You can put it on Glassdoor. Glassdoor does take reports from people who had problems with certain employers, or who've experienced, some sort of, bad, customer service or whatever. So you can report these companies, okay? And also, I think what should be added is just say, hey, this particular company participates in gang stalking. And so people would think twice about going to those companies, and those companies eventually start experiencing financial problems, because, nobody wants to sit here and risk having their privacy, their business thrown out in the public, and violating their rights. So this is something that you shouldn't stay silent about. So I really think that's a good thing that this girl wrote me, and really she shouldn't stop there. She should do as much as she can to bring attention to it, for her own good and other people's as well. It has to be done in a way that, I've already made peace with the issue of my gang stalking, okay? But this is what needs to be done in order to, slowly but surely eliminate this process. for people who are on a list, if there are such things as government issued lists, like for example, people who are, legitimately being targeted directly from the government, well, that's an issue all on its own, okay? But we need to eliminate, kangaroo courts and all these other people who think that they have the right to do what they're doing, okay? Very few people, okay, deserve to have that sort of treatment, okay? And so, that's exactly what I think needs to be done for now, okay? But right now, there's still people who are in the dark about gang stalking. I mean, it is becoming more and more well known, but it needs to be talked about more, okay? I mean, like, I see nothing wrong with somebody coming around neighborhoods, passing out pamphlets, talking to neighbors and stuff like that, letting them know, hey, you know what, gang stalking is basically the new Holocaust, explaining how it happens, and doing what people need to do, That's just an idea. People talking about it, setting up booths at, local places, handing out flyers, discussing it. Hey, I myself wouldn't have a problem going to, if an employer wanted me to go in and talk about gang stalking, to their place of employment and talk about, my experience. And of course I'd have to get paid for that one, okay? I mean, I don't have time for, but see, I could, also help train people. That's not what I want to do for a living, so get it out of your head, collective. To talk about, how to, initiate, programs, processes in place for those things not to happen. This sort of stuff needs to be done. It needs to be done in large numbers, okay? And so, and I would have no problem talking to an assembly about this issue. I would have absolutely none, okay? And, that would probably be the best speech I could ever give. Because this is life-saving. It's life-saving. This is a huge, huge issue. And I can't stress it enough. I can't. So, if you have an employer who did you wrong, and this is not just happening in employers. And now she probably worked for the state university. It actually happens to a lot of college students too. I mean, bullying and stuff like that happens at schools, happens at workplaces. If you're a college student, chances are there's a good chance that some of your fellow classmates are probably plotting against you to make sure that your career never happens, okay? I'm telling you that this is a very serious problem, and it's a violation of rights, and of course, the eventual goal is to basically have you screwed for all eternity. So, get out there, talk about it. Don't be afraid to talk about it. A lot of people are afraid to talk about it because they're like, oh, well, what's going to happen? Well, you know what? What's going to happen is if people have nothing to hide, then they can defend themselves. If they can't, then they're going to shut up and they're not going to say anything. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, it's a covert operation. Use that to your advantage. Okay, so the fact that it's covert, use it to your advantage. Okay. So anyway, those are just some thoughts on the gang stalking issue. And I know how to stop this. I know how to stop it. As far as working within the context of a workplace, I do. And you have to be firm on this. I mean, you just have to. I mean, there's no way that you can actually, be lenient towards something this severe. You cannot do it. So anyway, I encourage all targeted individuals to speak out about their experiences. Don't be afraid to talk up and speak up about it, because your silence is actually helping this program move itself along, okay? So silence will do you no good. So I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope you all have a wonderful day and, speak out. Have a great day. Bye-bye.